Okay, so this video clearly, as you can see, reading the title, when you're dealing with a narcissist, just don't. So looking at the title, you already know that it has nothing to do with a flight simulator, even though we're using a flight simulator as something in the background for you to see as we're talking, or as I'm talking. So it has nothing to do with video games. We're not talking about video games in this one, even though there's a flight simulator, but it's just something in the background. On this video, we're talking about narcissism, and it's a very serious problem. I have dealt through individuals who are narcissistic. I have been in relationships with a narcissist. So I'm pretty much hands-on what the narcissist is and how you can detect a narcissist. So here's the major red flag that I want to tell you before we continue into this, but let's first take off with this airplane. The biggest red flag that you're going to encounter with a narcissist is their selfish entitlement state of mind, meaning that it's always going to be about them. It's not going to be about you. Whatever it is that they do, it needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be validated. And if it's not acknowledged, if it's not validated, then they get very angry. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're in a relationship with somebody, right? Or if you're dating somebody, you're going through a relationship and constantly she's acting like some sort of diva, or she wants to be treated like a diva, or she wants you to do everything her way, things to be done her way, where she feels entitled. Why aren't you here for me? Why aren't you texting me when I need you to text me? Why aren't you answering my calls? You missed 2 phone calls from me. Like, there's a sense of insecurity. Like, every narcissist will have a sense of insecurity. And that's where narcissism comes from, because they feel that they're, in their fantasy world, they feel that they're superior. They created this fantasy bubble, this fantasy world where they feel that they're superior, and therefore they need to be acknowledged, they need to be pampered, and they need to be told like just how beautiful they are and how great they are and how awesome they are. And you need to constantly do that. And they also want to be in control. They want to control you. That's another thing you're going to notice. If you're in a relationship, they want to control you. They want to tell you what to do, what not to do. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing this. Why are you doing that? Why are you talking to that person, even though that person is your friend? Well, I don't care that she's your friend. Why are you talking to her in front of me, right? Or why are you even having conversations with her? Like, or why are you even having conversation with that guy? You should be focusing on me, right? So it's a constant red flag. So that's the major red flag. If you see that, if you notice that, just remember, guys, that you are dealing with a narcissist. You are dealing with a very classic narcissist. And so what can you do? See, that's the question. Like, all right, so let's say you're in that situation. Let's say that you are dealing with a narcissist and you're like, man, how do I exit out of this? What do I do? Do I confront her? Do I tell her, hey, something's wrong with you, da 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 da, you're insecure? No. And that's the whole point of this video. When dealing with a narcissist, just don't. And that's the point that I'm trying to make here in this video throughout my own experience. If you're trying to change a narcissist, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're not going to win. All you're going to do is just allow them to gaslight you, allow them to, get your blood pressure up and get you upset. You're just wasting your time, and you're not benefiting anything from doing it. You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your oxygen, because you can't change a classic narcissist. There's really nothing you can do. They cannot be changed. If they could be changed, they would change. But they can change because of their insecurity that they were, I don't know what the case is. You might have to talk to psychiatrists about that. You might have to talk to Dr. Phil or, Jordan Peterson to kind of deep dive into the origin of the narcissism and where does this trait of narcissism comes from, right? I'm not here to talk about that. That's more technical, psychological, endeavor to go into that. What I'm simply talking about is don't waste your time. You can't change a narcissist. There's nothing you can do about a narcissist. The only thing you can do is just walk away. Walk away, leave, and just change your phone number, leave, disappear. Just leave and disappear. What do I mean by that? I don't mean like disappear so your family can't find you or your friends can't find you. What I mean, disappear for that narcissist. Change your phone numbers, change your social media, let your friends know, hey, I'm dealing with this shit right now, or whatever. Just disappear, dude. And by disappearing, you're going to let her know, hey, it's over. But you also got to be careful. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist, majority of the domestic violence comes from narcissistic breakups. She's so upset that you left her like that she's willing now to do anything and everything to get back at you in some malicious, crazy ass way, right? And we've seen this shit happen all the time, right? So that's why you need to disappear. That's why you need to leave and disappear so she can't find you. And that's why I also, it's a good idea not to tell your friends, because some of your friends might say something. Oh, I saw him. I saw Johnny. He moved over there. So you got to be careful. Sometimes don't even tell your friends. Just disappear for a few months, man. Take a year off, a year and a half. Let things smooth things down. Because eventually she'll forget about you. She'll move on to another victim, right? And that's the only thing you can hope for. But don't confront the narcissist. And this goes for both sexes. It's not just a female. It's a male as well. You could be a female dealing with a male narcissist. It doesn't have to be necessarily a female. I don't want to generalize this, right? You could be dealing with a male narcissist. This goes for both sexes, male and female, right? The narcissism doesn't care what your sex is. The narcissism is narcissism, whether you're male or female. So what can you do? Well, the only thing you can do, like I said, is just leave, disappear. Have some self-respect for yourself. Show some appreciation for yourself, because you know what you are worth. Nobody else knows how much you're worth other than you. And you know how much you're worth. And so you're like, why am I allowing this individual, this narcissistic individual, to take that worth, that I know what I'm worth, and just squish it? So you want to make sure that you are equipped with this knowledge on how to detect a narcissist. How do you detect a narcissist? And I know this is something that I made a mistake in my past. Well, I wish that I knew what I know now that I wish I knew back then. But that's not how life works. Life is, teaches you fall down, break a leg, let your leg grow, you heal, you learn. So what I'm simply trying to say is, there is no way to know right away. Because if you're in a relationship, right? Well, let's say you start dating somebody. You're not going to know right away. It might take a while. Because the narcissists are also good actors and actresses. And they're pretty good at baiting you. They're going to act all nice and wonderful. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. That's basically baiting. They're baiting you like a fisherman. Hook, line, and sinker. And then if you take the bait, then they reel you in. That's it. So sometimes you can detect those red flags early on. But most of the times it's difficult to detect the red flags, early on like that. It takes a while. It took me 3 months, sometimes a year, sometimes few months. It depends with whom and how good of a narcissist that individual is, right? There are many different types of narcissists, and some are covert narcissists, right? Covert narcissists are the ones where they're pretty good at hiding it at first, and then later on, you realize after 7 months or after a year and a half, like, oh my god, I'm with a narcissist. Holy shit! How do I get the exit plan? How do I get out of here? How do I get out of this mess, right? So, but the reason I'm making this video, it's so that way you can see those red flags down the road, right? What are the red flags? Well, like I said, the red flags you're going to encounter are the basic ones. What's wrong with you? It's your fault. It's not my fault. You're overreacting. It's not a big deal. Why are you doing this? I told you. You being so nasty to me. And then they put on that fake cry, the fake tears, right? Those are the red flags you're going to notice, right? You're going to tell right away that she's faking it, that she's a good actress. So that's your number one red flag right there. Another red flag is, why haven't you answered my phone calls? Well, you're trying to tell her, I was busy, I was going to get to your phone call, but I was in the middle of something. No, it doesn't matter. You should answer my phone calls right away. Or, why are you talking to that other person? Who is he? Who is she? Right? Well, they're my friends. I don't care that you're friends. They shouldn't be talking to you without my presence, right? So that's another red flag. They always want to be the center of the attention, and they're hypocrites too. Another red flag of a narcissist is the hypocrisy, right? If they do something crazy, and we're not going to go into detail what that is. Let's say they told you a story like before you met, like how they did something super naughty, right? Or maybe they did something that you find very like offensive and like, wow, that's crazy. Why would you do that? What makes you think that's normal that you did that? Why would you want to do that? That's crazy. But they don't think it's crazy, right? They think it's normal, right? To sleep with someone's best friend or to screw around with someone else. They think that's okay, right? To sleep with a coach, right? To sleep with your best friend, whatever. And they don't see it as wrong because a narcissist doesn't have a fear. A narcissist doesn't have an empathy nor sympathy. You have to remember, narcissists in their mind, they feel what they're doing, it's justified. They feel, hey, this is justified because I'm superior, therefore this is justified as long as I do it. But if you try to do it, then that's not okay. Because see, it's about it's about control. They want a center of they're like mistresses are narcissists. Like all these mistresses and dominatrixes, they're all narcissists because they want control. It's about possessive control. They want to possess you. They want to control you. That's where they get off on that stuff. So that's another red flag of a narcissist, right? And you need to get out of that relationship as quick as possible. I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care if she's a number 10 top model, Victoria's Secret, Sports Illustrated. I don't care. She could be the most beautiful woman on this planet. I could give less than two shits. I don't care about the physical appearance. What I do care about is the personality trait. Like I said, I could care less how beautiful she is. What's her personality trait? If her personality trait is disgusting and she has those narcissistic traits inside of her or inside of him. Let's say a male. It could be like a good-looking Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise type of a guy. But if he's a narcissist, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry for the language. I slipped one out. But it doesn't effing matter. See, that's how you get trapped. It's the physical appearance. Ooh, he looks so handsome. Oh, she looks so freaking hot. And yet you ignored the red flags of the personality that this person has. But they're called covert. Even Dr. Phil talked about this. Covert narcissists. And to me, those are the ones you've really got to watch out for. Because covert narcissists are tricky. Like, you don't see it in the beginning, and you kind of like, you have to play the long game. You have to play a long game till you finally realize, oh, wow. This is a narcissist. And the only way you're going to find out is by playing a long game. So that's why I'm not saying you shouldn't go out on a date. I'm not saying you shouldn't go out with someone and take them to the dinner and do things with them. But just keep it in the back of your mind. Just keep in mind that, hey, if you see a red flag of a narcissism, you're going to have to slowly think about the exit plan. You'll have to slowly think about, how the hell do I get out of here? How do I get the hell out of here? How do I get out of this mess? Because you don't want to be stuck in there when it's too late. What do I mean when it's too late? Well, let's say you didn't realize that she's a narcissist, or you ignored those red flags, and you guys been dating for about 1.5 years or maybe 2 years, and finally you guys got married, you tied a knot, and you didn't have her sign the prenup. Now you have kids. She gets pregnant, right? And got another kid, 2 kids, son and daughter. And then all of a sudden you find out she's a narcissist. And that's when it's too late. And that's when you're going to be living in a pure, hellish nightmare. And then you are effed for life, bro. You are effed for life. I'm trying not to use too much of profanity. You are effed for life. And you do not want to be stuck in that situation. I have friends who have been stuck in that situation. And let me tell you, it is not pretty. It is not fun. I'm just looking at the time, see what time it is. It's 17 minutes because I really don't want this video to be too long. But sometimes, it has to be long so I can give you these key pointers on how to detect a narcissist. So, to end the video, let's end the video on this note. Just like the title says, when dealing with a narcissist, just don't. Just don't waste your time. Do not argue with them. You're not going to win an argument with them. You're not going to win anything with them. You're not going to change them. You're just wasting your time. You're going to feel miserable. You're going to feel like shit. It's all it's going to do. It's going to inflict your mood. It's going to inflict your blood pressure is going to go high. You're going to feel like shit. Just don't argue with a narcissist. Don't say nothing to a narcissist. Just leave and run away and disappear. Leave and disappear. So I'm going to end the video by saying that. Just leave and disappear. And I'm speaking from a personal experience. I'm not speaking from like, oh, I did some research here and there. No. I'm 45 years old, man. I've been through a lot of shit. I'm speaking from my own personal experience. So just leave and disappear. That's it. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video helps you out. I sometimes try to make these videos like I talked about the dating, and that's why I said, in my video from like a week ago, I said the dating pretty much it's over, because it's such a cluster of misery out there. It's so crazy, batshit crazy out there. It's like, forget it. Dating, it's a whole different subject. It's just forget about the dating. I'm not saying you shouldn't date, but if you're going to be dating, just keep in mind what you're dealing with. Just keep in mind what's out there, and keep in mind about the narcissism. Keep in mind about the Jezebels and all this other stuff. You have to remember that. Before we leave, I just want to say something. Selfie. What is the selfie? Well, selfie, it's a perfect example of narcissism. When a person is taking selfies, you see these women, and even some of the guys, you see them take selfies all the time. Selfie, 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 selfie in the bathroom, selfie in the grocery stores, selfie in the gym, selfie here, selfie there, constant selfies of themselves. Where's the pictures of the beach, the ocean, the mountains, the clouds? Where's the pictures of some other things? If you look at my Instagram, you rarely see photos of me. You see photos of the ocean, the sunset, other interesting things, right? Architecture, birds, animals, things like that. Because I'm not a narcissist, I don't focus on myself and taking a selfie. So selfies are really another form of narcissism. And you see that on the Instagram. And if they don't get enough likes on that selfie, they fall into a depression. So I guess in a way, the social media, the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, X, are, I guess, encouraging narcissism. They are encouraging a narcissistic behavior. And they're exploiting that by getting the money and the clicks and views so they can make money through this traffic of people taking selfies. TikTok, it's a perfect example of narcissism as well. Social media, it's narcissistic because it's all about me, 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 me. Even a YouTube, to a certain degree, it's about the narcissism. And here I'm on a YouTube, right? But I'm not a narcissist. Because even the YouTube, it's about, hey, look over here, look at me, right? Check my videos. So narcissism, it's rampant right now, guys. It's everywhere. And listen, man, I didn't create social media. Don't blame me, all right? I didn't create this. I didn't invent the internet. Don't look at me. I'm just giving you my observation on the way I see it, and I'm also giving you my observation on what I have experienced. This is my opinion, but I think that I'm speaking facts because I know what's out there. I know what I've been through from my own personal experience, and I will stand by that till the day I die. Because I know what I've been through, and I know what's out there, and I know I'm speaking the facts. And I'm just trying to help you guys out, give you some key pointers, especially to you younger people, to give you some key pointers. Maybe this will help you, give you some necessary skills and tools, so that way you don't end up in some hellish relationship or in some, terrible nightmare of a relationship where you will have a difficult time exiting out, right? So hopefully this helps. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on a live stream later on. Sorry for a long video. It's impossible for me to do this video any shorter because there's so much I have to say. There's so much I want to give you here so that way you understand the whole point on how to detect a narcissist and what the narcissism really means. It's a form of insecurity, but we don't know where that trait of insecurity comes from. It could be from a very tough childhood. It could be for so many different factors. We don't know. But does it really matter? You're dealing with a narcissist. Do you really care why? I personally don't care why the person is the way it is. The person is a narcissist, and I'm not going to waste my time. I need to get out of there and get an escape route and just leave. And I suggest you do the same. Life is too short for anything else, man. And you do not want to waste your time with a narcissist. All right? I would rather waste my time on this banana and eat this banana than to waste my time on a narcissist. All right, guys. Love you all. Be good. Take care. I'll see you soon.